Looks like you're ready to rock and roll.
Yeah.
What's it feel like for you to finally be back on the field?
It's exciting. Just being able to be back out there with the guys and play football again. So it's been a long 5 weeks, but I'm just excited.
Is there any part of you that like I'm coming back and it's going to be like negative 100?
That was definitely what I was thinking about last week. But I feel like we embrace the cold and it's something that we look forward to. So I'm excited. Last year we played in a big snow game on Christmas, so I'm excited.
Sometimes when you're sidelined, you learn things when you're not on the field. Did you see anything that you noticed that would help you?
Definitely. I feel like just being able to sit back and watch and learn and just look at different tendencies on different players. Really dive into film and just learn. I watched a lot of film on myself, trying to get better. So just different things like that, just learning and being able to take a step back and watch and learn. So.
Do games like this with weather like this really put the running backs on alert because that's a pretty smart game plan in weather like
I mean, whatever happens, we're ready. I feel like our mindset has always been to run the ball. So, depending on, doesn't matter what the weather is, whoever we're going against, and that's what it is.
What was the hip injury specifically?
It was just a hip. I don't really want to get into specifics, but feeling 100%, healed up and ready to go. So.
You said earlier today you've been impressed with your patience throughout the year. How would you describe kind of the patience you have as a runner and what you've developed in this regard?
Really just working with our coaches and just getting a feel for the offense. Since April, really, I feel like it's helped me a lot. So just being able to do both those things and really dive into the details of each run that we put in. And I feel like that helps me slow things down. So.
How does it help you with the patience and being able to get this right?
I can't tell you. It's a field thing. And it's something I'm able to do. So thank God for that.
Khalil, weather aside, the Bills' defensive front is obviously very strong. How do you guys try to kind of find your holes and gain the ground you want?
Just what we practice every day. Trusting our O-line, trusting our OC Luke to put us in the right position. So just really trusting in that, and when the play is there, whether it breaks down or not, just continue to fall forward and make the most of it. So.
Watching the last 5 weeks, where have you seen the offense get better just by watching?
I really think in the downfield, pass game, just being a complete offense, a lot of explosives in the run and pass game. So just being able to come together and, play complete football, being a pass, throw the ball, the defense has to worry about everything. So
what's it like being an observer or a fan when Justin Fields makes those balls?
A lot of the time on the sideline, and my jaw was dropping. So it was a lot of that. Watching the offense, and it was just a lot of fun being able to just sit back and, just watch everybody have fun and watch everybody play.
How do you and David benefit from each other, even when you're not on the field at the same time? Being able to mix and match and interchange for each other, how do you think that goes?
Just being able to, when we come to the sideline, being able to talk about what we see. That's really the biggest thing. Just, if I see something or he sees something, so when the other person goes in, they're able to capitalize off it. And I feel like, just that communication. Some things you might not see on the field, some things he might see on the field. So just being able to capitalize on those things and help each other out in that way.
Does it help in the sense that, does it keep the defense having to adjust all the time because they have to play you differently than they play him?
Definitely. Counting for all of us and Justin puts a lot of stress on defense. So. Here you go.
Individually, what do you hope these last 3 games mean for yourself and just kind of create momentum?
Individually, I feel like just really winning, winning these last 3 games and, going into next season. So that's my goal. I know that's everybody's goal in this building. So.
What does it mean you to still be leading the league in yards per carry?
I don't know. I didn't even know that. So it is what it is.
What did you take away when you dug into the film when you were out? What did you learn about yourself? Or what were some things you were taking away from
Really just things I need to get better at. Really just watching my style of play. What do I want to improve? What do other people see on film? Kind of. So it's really being my worst critic and looking at the good, the bad, the ugly, and just really diving into that.
What's one thing? Yeah. What's one improvement for your strength?
I mean, shoot. One of the biggest things I feel like falling forward on all my runs, taking away the negative plays, trying to find a way to, get a yard or whatever if things break down. So just really that.
All the confidence in the world in you as you're dealing with some of these things that have been issues late. What does that mean to you?
It means a lot coming from him because that's how I feel too, and I think that's the kind of the vibe that he's getting from our day-to-day work. We come out, we hit clean balls, and I feel confident going into games based on how practices go. And unfortunately, it just hasn't. I haven't executed on the extra points, and like I said after the game, I'm gonna make a change and kick it from the middle. Sometimes left hash, depending on the wind, and just change the scenery. I think it'll probably clear up some of the bad habits that the right hash apparently is giving me.
Do you have to guard against overthinking it?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, it's always hard not to overthink, try to correct a bunch of stuff. We just don't have time to work on a lot of stuff, especially this late in the year when, I've grooved throughout many times throughout the season. And so it's just kind of overcoming this adversity. And I'm looking forward to, the challenge that now kicking from the middle will present.
Do you work with or consult with like a kicking specialist?
Here and there. We had Jamie Cole last couple of years here. He's a guy that helped me a lot. So I'm still using things that worked the last 2 years and kind of go back to that. But at the end of the day, I think I'm still kicking well every day. That we're out here. So I don't think I should hit the panic button. Just kind of figure out what changes I need to make to put the ball, to the uprights. Yeah.
How do you like going this Saturday? The conditions are going to be a little rough. How do you prepare for that? Because you don't know what it's going to be like for sure.
Yeah, I mean, you go out and kick in the cold like we did today. I know it's going to be colder, windier, and then next couple of days here at practice, we'll go out and try to kick whenever we can in those conditions. But ultimately, everything is about what the Sunday's pregame warm-up is going to be. So I can prepare all week, and then really the true preparation is going to be Sunday's warm-up.
Is it easy for you to let it go when you go home? Out of the folks on tomorrow, the next day, and ready for that versus what's happening with that?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
Is it easy for you to let go, whether you kick well or didn't kick well? You let it go, and that was the game I'm looking for versus, or is it just harder when it wears on? You don't sleep as well when things aren't going.
Yeah, I think in the game I let it go, but if I don't get an opportunity in that game to get another rep to kind of make a kick again, then it's harder. Because the next rep's going to come Wednesday at practice, but then a week later, next Sunday. So that's harder to let it go. But and unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to close some of these games out that's been close for us. So I'd love to do that, to kind of erase in a way the mistakes. So just kind of staying positive that I'll get my chance to do that.
It seems like the hardest part of being a kicker. You got to be able to handle that part of the job. So that's never going to be perfect.
Exactly, and it's natural, but it's never easy. Like something that that if you have a miss, you just get that one opportunity, and the only way you can bounce back to get another opportunity, but you don't know if you're going to. So sometimes it can be harder to flip the page and move on. But once the opportunity comes and you deliver, then it's over.
Is there a way to fully prepare for scary cold conditions like you're going to experience on Saturday?
No, you just kind of show up and deal with it. You got something, obviously the hand warmers, those things like that, but yeah, you just kind of have to deal with it and get through the 3.5 hours of bitter cold. So.
Do you forget about it eventually? I mean, do you not feel it as much the whole time?
Yeah, I think you get numb to a certain point. So I guess you just kind of get used to it. But I mean, when that wind kicks in, it's hard not to feel that.
Have you done one this cold?
No, not this cold. This one will be pretty cold. I mean, with that wind chill and the real temperature out there. So, yeah, kind of looking forward to that. I think it'll be fun.
Do you do sleeves or no sleeves?
I can't do the sleeves. It doesn't feel comfortable under the pads. So I'm gonna have to deal with it.
That's a real thing.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, shoot. Yeah, we'll find out. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I'll have to think it through. I'll keep that in mind.
We only may come back to the offense here. So what have you appreciated about him this year in the production?
Yeah, well, I think the tandem between him and David is big time. You know, able to get both of those guys rest and be at 100% every time they're on the field. So that's a big deal. His vision, I think, has been great this year, and his ability to hit the hole and yards after contact and all that stuff has been pretty awesome. So, yeah, just another element, dynamic piece. With our backfield, when you got Justin, David, and Khalil going as runners, it's pretty hard to stop. Yeah, I mean, they've had a good D line for a while, so that's kind of the cornerstone of their defense, and able to get pressure, stop the run, all those things. So, talented group up there, so it'll be a lot to handle for us, but we're looking forward to the challenge.
Similar to last week, different.
Yeah, very similar. I think that's part of why those two teams are going to be in the championship hunt, in the playoffs with what they have up front. So, their ability to rotate guys and just the talent up front is pretty special for both those teams, and that's where they're at today.
Part of the blocking group. What's the challenge this week? You've got a couple of guards out, some moving pieces.
Yeah, I think it's just that cohesion with everybody, communication down the line of scrimmage, relaying the calls, all those things. So we've had some mishaps here in practice, but those are kind of the kinks you want to work out through. So we got another day of practice here tomorrow, and we'll kind of keep working through that. And so those are the challenges, but you got to be able to work through it.
Like every week, there's one of those. It seems like you guys are having trouble seeing healthy offense on the offensive line.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But it's part of the NFL and part of having to deal with it. So you got to be a pro about it and be on your stuff and making sure you're taking care of your assignments.
You said after the game last week that there were mental errors that were in play on the offense. Where did you see those kind of on tape and now how do you apply them in practice?
Yeah, well, I think there was a lot in the run game, which we don't normally have. And I think we still rushed okay. But, when we get those turnovers on defense, those mental errors kind of came back to bite us. So we got to be able to execute on offense. And you see if, Luke was down up some great plays there. And we got to be able to execute properly, get our IDs right, and, make the right reads, all those type of things in order to execute and finish those drives. And I think we would have won the game if we were able to do that.
Cole, how aware guys of how close Justin is to getting that explosive rushing record? And just, it's something guys talk about.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, we don't really talk about that too much, and he doesn't really talk about it, so I don't think that's necessarily on his mind. But obviously, when you achieve something like that, that's pretty special. So, we were all told after the game, and that's pretty cool stuff. Obviously history in the making, all that, but not something you focus on the day-to-day, but obviously something you appreciate when it happens. Oh, jeez. I think it was against Nate, or it was NC State. Yeah, the hurricane. Yeah, that was bad. Yeah. The rain, just a constant rain. Yeah, that was bad. I'll say, though, that San Francisco game, towards that last 4 or 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, that was the worst. I think the worst it gets. Yeah, it's tough. Yeah. So.
For sure.
What's your scouting report on him? What does he do particularly well?
What does he do particularly well? I feel like he's really crafty. He's a really good route runner. Creates a lot of separation with his releases. It could be routes. So I feel like he's very dynamic in his route running. And it also helps having a quarterback that I feel like can throw the ball a million yards. And I feel like their chemistry has definitely been building since they've been there. So, it definitely doesn't help having a good quarterback along with a very crafty wide receiver.
What's most noticeable about that chemistry? Because it is obviously something that jumps out between Josh and.
You said what?
What's most noticeable about their? What strikes you about their chemistry?
I feel like they're. Just from what I see on social media, they're very just close, and I feel like that can go a long way with, of course, being a teammate. But when you're a duo like that and being close off the field as well as being on the field, I feel like that definitely goes into. I feel like things that can't be taught in a sense. I feel like knowing kind of where Diggs wants the ball at, and Diggs knowing the timing where his best ball is and things like that, and what his progressions are. Just them knowing each other really well, I feel like enhances everything even more on the field.
Who are the other two receivers in your top three?
Clearly, Justin and now I'm not gonna call him cheater. Tariq Hill.
What's that?
Tariq Hill.
I got you.
When you reflect on kind of what you guys have been able to do as a team this season, I know there's still 3 games left. What gives you hope and belief in kind of the direction of where this franchise is going?
And you said based on what we've done this year?
Yeah, what gives you hope and belief in terms of the direction of kind of where things are trending for this team?
I know we're not soft. I know that we're not going to quit ever. I definitely know that we can. This team and the people in this locker room are always going to go to war, no matter what the circumstances are. I feel like we're all really mature men. At the end of the day, I feel like there's some things that haven't gone our way. There hasn't been any quit. There hasn't been any complaining. There hasn't been anything soft mentally or physically. I feel like about our team. I feel like the only thing lacking, I feel like, is just execution. But I feel like as far as the men we have, I feel like we're definitely tough and we're all gonna keep fighting. So I mean, I can always hang my head on that.
Sorry, what do you like about playing for Matt Eberflus and Alan Williams? What's something that's different this year that you're like, yeah, that's how it should always be?
I mean, I feel like in a sense I would reiterate his principle. I feel like just being able to play the game hard, play the game with a certain intensity. I feel like it's something that they have definitely brought to this organization, and definitely I feel like harp on and push guys and hold guys to that standard of hustle and intensity. I feel like those would be the biggest two. I think he's grown a lot mentally, coming in, not being so rattled with certain things, being calm and at ease. I feel like you can definitely, I can definitely see the sense of calmness and confidence out of him that wasn't necessarily there in the beginning. But I mean, really, just as a young corner, you just got to come in and learn. You got to get burnt sometimes by the fire, and then just continue to learn from it and grow. And I feel like he's done that. He's definitely been sprouting. He's been more confident. But I feel like that's expected. I feel like he definitely has everything physically, and he wants the will to, and he has the will to want to get better. So I mean, really, it's no surprise for me. But I'm definitely glad to see that improvement.
They could fight this week against Buffalo.
What did I learn from last week to help me for this week? I mean, I would say playing in the cold. It's definitely going to be a cold game again, or a really cold game again. But other than that, I mean, I feel like they're different offenses, different personnel.
Is there anything more challenging for you when it's cold, or just the matter of it being?
Is it challenging for me? I'm gonna say yes and no. I mean, just mentally having to keep staying in the game and not worrying about being cold. But I feel like for me, there's ways that you can stay warm and limit how cold you get while you're out there. But I mean, I'm not the one who has to necessarily catch the ball. So I mean, I'm not. If I can't feel my hands, then hey, it's okay. They need to feel their hands. So I mean, really for me, I'm just, as long as I can feel my feet, and I feel like I can